Schön, dass Sie alle gekommen sind. Die Einladung kam mir sehr kurzfristig, aber ich denke, wir werden einen sehr interessanten Abend heute gemeinsam verbringen. Mein Name ist Barbara Harold, ich bin die Geschäftsführerin von Amnesty International Österreich und darf vor allem heute unsere Gäste begrüßen. Mohammad Kazkji, you have a very long journey to Austria. Please come over, take your seat. This is yours. And Matteo de Bellis, who is one of researchers.
Hi everyone, thanks a lot for the invitation. My name is Matteo de Bellis. I work in London as a researcher at the International Secretariat of Amnesty International. Among other things, I've been involved very much in the past couple of years in the research we have done on the shipwrecks in particular that happen in the central Mediterranean, and more widely the journey that many asylum seekers and migrants undertake, the very dangerous journey they undertake to get to safety and protection in Europe. This work has led me to interview tens and tens of refugees and migrants coming from many different countries, many Syrians, for example, but also people from countries like Somalia, Eritrea, Ghana, Gambia, many others. It has been a work so far extremely challenging, also interesting in a way, for the opportunity to meet so many people who have so many compelling stories to share. This work has led us to write different reports that we have published since 1 year ago. Actually, it was 30 September last year when we published the first report, which is called Lives Adrift. And then we published other documents, one in particular in April this year, which is called Europe Sinking Shame. The title says it all. Of our analysis of the fact that we have collected so many stories of people who made it, but also of people who didn't make it, people who died while trying to find safety in Europe. People who were forced to leave their countries, people who fled because of the conflicts in places like Syria or Libya itself, people who escaped persecution in countries like Eritrea, for example, and people who didn't have any other opportunity to reach safety than to put their lives in the hands of smugglers who were not certainly caring for their lives much. And this work has led us to really understand that there are several things that European governments should do to address this problem. It's a challenging situation, and it is extremely important that European governments continue and do more than they are actually doing to save lives at sea, first of all, but also to change the policies they have in Europe, allowing, for example, more people to arrive safely, because as long as people have to travel in such dangerous conditions, particularly at sea, we will keep seeing incidents. Luckily, we managed to speak with, as I was saying, with many who survived, even if they had to go through terrible experiences. And one of the very special people we met in Malta is Mohammed, who is a friend now, and I'm proud to call him a friend, and who went through a very long and difficult journey. And I'm really glad that you will have an opportunity this evening to listen to a bit of his story. It's a very long story, and I leave the floor to him so that he can share it with you.
Hi everyone. My name is Mohammad Kazkji. I'm from Syria. I'm 24 years old. I studied electrical engineering. My dream was to continue the study and be electrical engineer. But as you know, at 2011 the war started in Syria, and they closed my college, so I was looking to some country to continue the study, because that's something my family, they want me to be, and they very proud on me if I become the electrical engineer. So the war pushed me to leave my country, looking for another country. I was in Egypt and I was in Libya trying to find some college to continue the study. I never found in that time. I tried to find the work there. I heard about Europe. I was in Libya. Libya wasn't the safety place to live there, so I get my chance to reach Europe by boat. At 11 October 2013 was the disaster things for me when we sinking, and I was lucky because the Maltese they saved me in the last time, and now I'm in Malta. I know it's too hard for me, but really something I want to tell you is I was looking for a nice life, or to be like how my family want me, but I will be for sure. And really want to tell you thank you, because you want to listen my story, and that's something make me very happy when I speak my story and there is some people listen to me. And thank you so much for listening. And that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohammed. So we could hear part of your story. So maybe you would like to tell us how you came to Malta, and then what you did in the Netherlands, and how you came back to Malta then, and what you are doing now. And afterwards, there will be the possibilities to ask questions. So I think you will have a lot of questions to Mohammed, and we will have time to answer the questions here in the auditory, and afterwards, when we have when we talk outside, you can talk to Mohammed also during this afternoon. So maybe you would like to tell us how you came to Malta.
After the sinking, the Maltese they saved me, and I was in Malta. I cannot sleep after what happened. Something in my mind. At the sea, I was looking at the sea. Remember, everything happened. That the disaster. There is more than 250 dead. And I was think is that the place I want to live in Malta, but I wanted to go to Holland. I heard about Holland, the fantastic city, the flower city. I was thinking to arrive there, and I just escaped from Malta. I went to Holland. I asked to be the refugees there, and for the Dublin system, I was unlucky because I have the finger in Malta. After 6 months, they sent me back from Holland to Malta because I had the finger in Malta. So I try to make my future now in Malta, and I hope so.
Yes. So maybe not all of our audience knows what was happening in the Mediterranean Sea, but the ship you took and what happened with the shipwreck then, if you weren't.
From the beach, when you departed, what happened?
Yeah, when I heard about Europe, I heard that some people they take a boat from Libya, from Egypt to reach Italy by boat, and there is a lot of people who recommend me to take the boat, and you will arrive there, and your future there. You know, I never think about the safety way to arrive to Europe. I just wanted to arrive there some way. How, I don't know. They was speaking about the boat, and will be good. You will arrive to Italy, and they will take care of you. You will continue the study there. But I get a surprise when I saw the boat was small old boat. It's like the fishing boat from the wood, and I was in the middle of the sea. Can't do nothing. I can't come back. I have to keep going. We were 500, more than 500 persons on small boat, and they all from Syria. They were hoping to arrive Italy. They looking for the nice life. And after 1 day we sinking, and from the 500 there is almost 200 survivors. There is who lost his wife, and there is who lost his children. And after we are in Malta without his family, and she's without her husband, and that one without his son. Something I'm so sorry for them. I was alone. I had the friends. I lost my best friend. His name Yahya. I'm so sorry for him and for his family, but if I saw him in that time, I will help him for sure. But he was in the room, in the boat, inside it, and I think he's still there till now. I'm so sorry for him. I'm so sorry for the others, because really is very, very hard. I saw the people, they can't sleep 1-2 months. He just, every night he saw his children in the dreams and sinking. And so in that time, they call us like the refugees from the war till the death. They escaped from Syria, they don't want to die there, and we find ourselves in the middle of the sea. I know they did everything to help us, but really was a stupid idea to take a boat by that way. But I'm so sorry for them. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry.
So, Mohammed, would you like to tell us what you are doing now in Malta?
Yeah, I'm now in Malta, and I keep going in my life. I'm working now. I do the electricity, even the plumbing in Malta. I get the document. I will keep going. I will go to the college, make my future, as my family way, to be electrical engineer. And I hope to get some help from the immigration in Malta to help me. And I think I will do it. I will continue the study, and I will, if the war stops one day in my country, I will come back, and my mom, she will be proud of me. I hope to see her again, and I think I'm going to see her. I hope so.
Your work in Malta, how is it going?
So in the morning when we met at the office, you told us that you are working in Malta, and we've heard that you're really proud of your work, so maybe you could talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, when they sent me back from Holland, I was in Malta. I was alone. I don't have friends in that time, and I'm not going to stop, and I want to continue. I want to keep going in my life. So I start work with some people. They help me. I'm an electrician, but for me, I work everything. For me, something get the money by myself. So I work daily work like plastering, tiling, sometimes in restaurant, worker, helper. And now I'm working in famous company in Malta, big company regarding the electricity, the plumbing, and I want to make my name there. I think I will make my company in Malta, and I will keep going to be the best electrician in the world. I will do for sure.
Thank you, Mohammed, for your story. So there are many stops in between that would be interesting for us, and so maybe there are some questions you would like to ask. At the beginning, I forgot to say that we realized that we are filming, and we're also taking pictures. So if there is any one of you who doesn't want to be on the film, doesn't want to be on the picture, please tell us, and then we will take care that you are not on these pictures and not on the film. So please, you could tell it to me, and also to the filmmaker, and to the photographer who is here. Yes, please. So I forgot it at the beginning. We have another microphone. So for your questions.
Man kann die Fragen auf Deutsch stellen.
Danke, genau. Bitte die Fragen sehr, sehr gerne auch auf Deutsch stellen.
Somebody asked a question in Germany. Is there no questions in the room? And maybe I start. You told us about the stop in Holland, in the Netherlands. What was that? What was your story about going to the Netherlands?
Sorry, can you see again?
Mm-hmm.
Can you?
I think the audience, they did not get the story, the whole story of you being in the Netherlands, why you went there, and what was your idea, and why, and yeah, what did you do in the Netherlands?
Yeah, about Netherlands, because from the Europe country, I like Holland, the life there, that the normal life. I'm so sorry, I'm from Arabic country. I know all about the Europe, the Holland football, the Holland flowers, the Holland fields, the Holland cows. the milk of Holland and something. So when I get the chance to arrive to Europe, I said if I arrive there, Holland, and I stay there to continue study, you know, that was my dream really, to arrive there and continue to stay there, continue the study and be electrical engineer there, stay in Holland, have maybe some cows, or I will be like the king of the world really. But for me, really, it's no problem because what I was looking for is the work, and I find it in Malta now. Maybe if I find it in Holland, I will go there, or maybe here, I don't know. I hope to stay here really, the nice city of Vienna.
Why is it important for you to work, and what do you do with the money?
Yeah, that's something I was looking for, the work. Why the work, not the study? Because something, you know it, my father now is 55 years old. The war in my country is around our home, so there is no work in Syria. The food, I don't know from where they bring it, the water. So for me, it's the important now, the work than the study. I'm not going to continue the study if the war is still in Syria, because my family, they need me, they need help from me, and I still help them. Because if they still okay, I will be okay. I don't have nothing. But if something happen for them, it will be a big problem for me. That's my life now. If they still okay, when I phone them and they answer me, I'm so happy. I get the smiling and everything. But the problem, if I was scaring if I phone them one day and they don't answer me, so my life will be finished. For me, it's to be electrical engineer or not, for nothing. But I'm very lucky. I have a good family, and the God saved them. And I will see them again for sure. I hope so.
Mich würde interessieren, wie die Aufnahme in den Niederlanden war für dich.
The question was, when you came to the Netherlands, how have you been welcomed there, and what was when you started to meet the people there? What did you do in the Netherlands?
When I arrived there the first time, I want only one night to sleep very comfortable, because when I was in Malta, the sea is around it. So when I was looking to the sea, I know my friend is under it. I don't know where, but I was very scared to look to the sea in that time. So I was looking for one comfortable night, and really, when I arrived to Holland the first time, I slept 8 hours. Was fantastic 8 hours. I was sleeping there. I asked them for some medication and for some help, and they did very great things for me. They sent me to the doctor, and they take care of me. That's something I can't forget it for sure. I met the nice people there. They tried to make me happy. They did everything for me. I was looking for some the Holland bicycle, and I get one around from Amsterdam till some city. It was very fantastic, really.
You also told us that it was possible for you to work there. So it would be really interesting for us, because in Austria, when you're asylum seeker, you're not allowed to work. And in Holland, it was a bit different. So maybe you could tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, the difference between now in Malta, I'm so happy now in Malta because I get my work, and for me it's my life. So I have in Malta easy life. I get some friends in the Maltese. I got friends from a lot of countries, from Europe, and I still like that. I was looking for some way for maybe good job or the new job, but I was looking to come back to Holland maybe the next year or after, but for me I still have that problem when I was looking to the sea, but now it's come on at the winter only, because when I hear the waves of the sea, I cannot sleep. That's something very scary for me. Now I'm so sorry for something I forgot to tell you. I'm from 11 October 2013, the Shipwreck, and from that time I was trying to send my message on the newspaper and from the journalists to tell the Syrian people, don't try that way because you will lose your mind. You know, I had the friends who survived with me, and he got crazy. He lost everything. So what he gonna do in Europe? But the problem, the war is going to be more big every day in Syria. So I was amazing when I saw a lot of people, they trying to get the same way that I get it. I go out from Libya. It's almost 1 day to arrive Italy. They went from Egypt and from Greece. It's almost like 1 week, more than 1 week to arrive Italy. I'm so sorry for them, but really the war is too hard on the people. I know how they think. If we dead on sink, if we sinking, or if we arrive, it will be better than to stay in Syria, because really you don't know which way in Syria you're going. They're going to kill you. The war is very hard. Now look to me. I'm here. This is in my birthday. I used to kiss my mom's hand and to tell her I love you, and now I just phone her. I had she's picture just to see her before the sleep. I'm so sorry for the Syrian refugees, but really the war is too hard. And they're looking for the nice life only. They're looking for the safety place to sleep. That's something. He wants to see his son, because the war stopped everything. Who don't have a work, and the schools, the hospital, everything. I know somebody, they have children, they have the children cancer, and what he gonna do in Syria now? He want to escape from there. Maybe he try in Lebanon. They don't give him that help, even in Turkey. He heard like how I heard about Europe, he want to come. Maybe he will reach, maybe not, but he said, I will try. I'm not going to keep it in my mind, because I know my friend, his son is very sick, and now he's in Germany. They take care about him, and they send him to the hospital. And now he's very happy. So they saved his son. If he's still in Syria, he will lose him, and he will lose himself. That's something the Syrian refugee looking for it is I'm so sorry for them. When I saw them on the news, they sleeping on the garden, on the bus stop, on metro station. And he want to, like, I was looking for one comfortable night and they looking for it. I hope they have that help from the people, because really it's, that's something make me crying on them. The Syrian people is my family, and I don't want to see them. Really something very, very hard. I'm so sorry I'm so sorry for them.
So, just to explain, because Mohammed wanted to see, this morning he wanted to meet refugees, and we went to one shelter for refugees and then to the main railway station, and there you could see the situation that people were sleeping on the ground and decided not to go to a shelter. So this was really a bit shocking for you this morning, I think, and you want to tell us that they should take care.
I don't know the name of the place, but I saw the nice people trying to help the refugees there. I'm so happy, really. I'm so happy because they help them. They don't want nothing from him. And I was speaking to some Syrian refugees. They said, really, we don't know how to tell them thank you, big thank you. And really, I met some people today in Vienna, the nice people. They do everything to help them. They said, we don't need nothing, we just help them because he's a human and we are a human. Anyway, we are from the same earth. So, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Es ist ein bisschen schwer, jetzt Fragen zu stellen. Dennoch möchte ich Sie noch bitten, wenn es noch Fragen gibt, auch Fragen an Mohammed zu stellen. Er ist hierher gekommen, um seine Geschichte zu erzählen, damit sozusagen auch klar wird, welche Geschichten es gibt. Die Geschichten, hinter denen viele Menschen stehen, die jetzt zu uns kommen. Vielleicht gibt es noch ein paar Fragen. Mohammed wird noch einige Fragen gern beantworten. Ich würde dann vorschlagen, auch in ein paar Minuten, dass wir uns hinausbegeben und dort dann im persönlichen Gespräch noch weitersprechen können. So maybe there are some more questions to Mohammed and maybe also to Matteo. Yes.
Thank you, Mohammed, for sharing your story with us. It's very shocking, to be honest, but also impressive what you had to go through. My question is, and it's a bit personal question, so if you don't want to answer it, that's perfectly fine. You had to go through incredible trauma to come to Europe. How do you feel personally? Aren't you very angry at the European governments that we put up borders, which is almost where it is impossible to cross? How are your feelings towards that? Thank you.
Thank you for the question. I was speaking to some Syrian refugees today. They was passing from the escape from the Hungary border or the Serbian border. So really they have like this phobia when they say it. He told me something. I can't believe it. He said I had if I see the policeman, he told me, I just arrived Vienna today, and I saw two persons. They have that vest, the yellow vest, and he said I was thinking to start running because how they did with me in Hungary. I told you how he said they tried to push me out, and I don't know how I escaped. He came to here, and they catch his wife, and now his wife is she's still in Hungary. I think he have a small baby, or I can't remember what he told me about it. He said, now I'm here in Vienna, and my wife, she's still there. So for what they did like that, see that I'm not like bad man. I just looking. I said I want to stay in Hungary, or I want to stay in his wife now in Hungary. He said I want to come back to take her, but they will catch me, and I don't want to stay in Hungary. If they do like that with me, so how I'm going to stay anymore in? I know the people are not angry of the government from the government of the Europe, that something they do it is not good. But really the Syrian people are. That one he said I want to stay here in Vienna if they give me work, if I find the work here, because I told you really the Syrian people, they're looking for the work, the nice life, and some place to sleep. That's it. That's it for them. So the people here are very, very happy. Thank you.
Okay, so Matteo, you would like to say something? Yes.
If we have minutes, I
Oh,
can add
yes, please.
something.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say it's very important for many reasons to speak with people like Mohammed, to understand what is the real thing, what is the real account of the difficulties of a trip that so many refugees undertake to get to safety. But there are two things that are particularly important to me and in which Mohammed is such an emblematic example. One is the fact that he challenges, and as he does many other refugees I met, he challenges all the presumptions of so much of the toxic narrative that we are hearing very often, unfortunately, in many countries. Are we talking about refugees coming here are we talking about criminals? Are we talking about... I don't think so. We're talking about someone who has decided not to fight a war and to come and get to Europe just to find protection and a simple work to be able to send some money home to his parents. Are we talking about someone who is trying to make life difficult for any of us? I don't really think so. And I think it's very important that we all try to understand in every story we listen to the reality of how people are, and how we really don't have to be scared of anyone, or at least of the people we encounter. The other thing I wanted to say is the fact that Mohammed has faced, as many others, unfortunately, a line of impossible choices. What do? Do you stay in Syria when the army is looking for you, asking you to either die or kill, or you leave and leave everything behind? And then in Libya, when everyone is armed and the situation is very dangerous, do you stay or do you go when you know that the only way to go is to get on a boat and it could sink? It really is a line of impossible choices, and some of these have have been actually there because European governments have not made anything to make the life easier for people in danger. And I spoke with many who told me, yes, I've been to an embassy asking to get a stamp on my passport to be able to travel and to bring my family to Europe, to get asylum in Europe. And all of them have told me, no, obviously the embassy, the consulate told me, no way, no way. So what other option did I have than putting my life in the hands of the smugglers? And then when you hear those same people telling you that they have lost children in the journey, it really is sad to understand that there is somehow a responsibility of the governments that refused to that family a safe passage to safety in Europe. And this is why we keep saying it's important to do many things, but if one is above all, is the fact that we really need to allow more people to travel in a safer way. We don't want to listen to more accounts of people who have lost friends in the sea.
So, thanks a lot for sharing your story with us, Mohammad. Your very personal story, which is also a political story we've heard today, and we know there are so many other stories that we don't know, but it gives an impression how you traveled to Europe and how many difficulties you went through. And it's very impressive for me to see how strong you are, how you're moving on. And no, it's very strong that you're able to tell us your story, because it's also challenging for you, I think. And I would like to thank you for this. So, thank you for coming to Austria. And thank you, Matteo, for coming to Austria too. And I think we can have some further talks with you both, and think there are still a lot of questions that we have, and maybe we can find some answers. And so, thank you for coming. Noch einen schönen Abend, den ich uns gemeinsam wünsche. Und ja, es geht darum, die Geschichten weiterzuerzählen. Ich denke, das ist der wichtige Teil, den wir noch zu tun haben. Danke fürs Kommen. Danke.